What if I told you that one of the most important turning points in American history didn't happen in Washington, D.C., but right in the heart of the Midwest, a place of quiet prairies, powerful rivers, and small towns that once carried secrets powerful enough to shape an entire nation? Today, we're uncovering the untold history of Illinois, stories that many people living there today have never even heard. When most people think of Illinois, they picture the skyline of Chicago, deep dish pizza, or famous politicians like Abraham Lincoln. But the real story of Illinois goes much deeper, filled with forgotten towns, hidden experiments, dramatic conflicts, and moments that quietly changed America forever. Long before Illinois became a state in 1818, the land was home to powerful Native American civilizations. One of the most remarkable was the city of Cahokia Mounds near modern-day Collinsville. Around the year 1100, Cahokia was actually larger than London at the time. Tens of thousands of people lived there, building massive earthen pyramids and organizing complex trade networks that stretched across North America. For centuries, Cahokia thrived. Then, mysteriously, the city was abandoned around the 1300s. No one knows exactly why. Some historians believe climate changes, resource shortages, or political conflict forced its people to leave. Today, the giant mounds still stand silently, reminding us that Illinois once held one of the greatest cities in ancient North America. A story many Americans never learn in school. Fast forward to the late 1600s. European explorers began arriving along the Mississippi River. In 1673, French explorers Jacques Marquette and Louis Joliet traveled through the Illinois region. They encountered the Illinois Confederation tribes and opened the region to French influence. Soon, French trading posts and missions appeared, turning Illinois into an important center of the fur trade. But control of the land didn't stay French for long. After the French and Indian War ended in 1763, the territory fell under British control. The change created tension among settlers and native tribes. Many communities were suddenly caught between powerful empires fighting for dominance. Then came one of the most daring and lesser-known military campaigns of the American Revolution. In 1778, a young American officer named George Rogers Clark led a small group of frontiersmen through the wilderness to capture British forts in the Illinois region. With barely 175 soldiers, Clark seized the settlement of Kaskaskia without firing a shot. This quiet victory had enormous consequences. It gave the young United States control over vast western territories during the Revolution. Without that campaign in Illinois, the borders of the United States might look very different today. But Illinois history also holds deeply emotional chapters. During the early 1800s, the state was sharply divided over slavery. Although Illinois entered the Union as a free state, slavery still existed in hidden forms. Some powerful groups even tried to make Illinois a slave state. In 1824, a dramatic political battle erupted over whether slavery should become legal. Citizens across Illinois debated fiercely. Meetings were held in churches, town halls, and farms. Eventually, voters rejected the proposal. That decision helped keep Illinois aligned with free states, a choice that would matter enormously decades later during the American Civil War. And that brings us to one of the most emotional stories tied to Illinois. Before becoming president, Abraham Lincoln spent much of his life in the small Illinois city of Springfield. In fact, he once said Illinois shaped who he became as a leader. There is a powerful moment recorded in history from 1861. As Lincoln prepared to leave Springfield to become president, thousands gathered at a train station to say goodbye. Standing on the back of the train, Lincoln gave a short but emotional speech. He told the crowd that leaving Springfield was like leaving his home and family. Many people in the crowd were crying. No one knew at the time that the nation was only weeks away from the Civil War. That train ride from Illinois would lead Lincoln straight into one of the most difficult periods in American history. But Illinois would again play a major role behind the scenes. During World War II, a quiet site near Chicago became the birthplace of a scientific breakthrough that would change the world forever. At the University of Chicago, scientists working under the secret Manhattan Project achieved the world.